Hello everybody, my name's Darren, also perform under the name Loki. We're obviously here to mark what is quite a sombre occasion to celebrate the life of wee Kyle. But I thought I'm just going to perform the way I would normally at a gig, because I think that's probably what the wee man would have wanted. So it's in that spirit that I'm going to do that. It's heavy weird being outside, by the way. And I was at a TV conference earlier, just in case anybody wonders why I'm dressed like a sexy geography teacher. Might as well come in brash. Fuck the fash. Just in case anybody's wondering where I fucking stand, burn the flags. And fuck the facts. We are now through the looking glass. Welcome to Wonderland, where being right's more important than taking the time out to understand. Who needs political music? We've got Taylor Swift doing mumble rap. Who needs an artist with principles when there's a humble brag that you can double tap? Who cares that food banks are bigger than factories now full of pensioners losing their hair thanks to governments cutting back? Journals saying nothing's no something I'll fucking hack. So who's up for a tongue lash? Nobody's going to make no comeback for a grudge match with yours truly, hang it up with thumbtacks. Scotland the brave, turn on your telly, welcome to Terror Dome. Stripped down the track to my voice and no beat, every beep of the metronome represents another 20 or 30 more persons on methadone, so fuck a pleasant ode. I'll piss on your poetry slam to the champion hands me a megaphone, so I can set the tone. Tom Leonard's no dead, he's a way to get peace for a culture that mourned his demise, but when Tom was alive it detested him. Banned him for being taught in schools because the low status language offended them. No wonder so many kids tired at poetry and no representing them. They diss me for taking donations for Roland, but that is so stupid. Some people were salted that Harry Potter got more kids into reading than going to school did. Welcome to Britain, pleb, where you can't be poor if you own a phone, but you can't access benefits without the internet, and you can get to Paris on a train quicker than you can to Inverness, where kids can't play hopscotch on thin cement without getting hit for rent by a landlord's infrared. Or centrist dads are okay when the preemptive strikes are against the Afghans and Iraqis, but claim that the leftists are fighting the skinheads or fascists for putting their hands on the Nazis. I'm a student who grew up in affluence. Please make these campuses safe for us. Step out the Unigate down the estate for a taste of a life that is actually dangerous. Unless your notion of social justice and identity align identically with those who understand perfectly, you'll get aggressive lectures on diversity. Where play parts in libraries are now, we're told, just impractical luxuries, while royal weddings for Z-listed blue bloods receive generous and non-taxable subsidies. Political leaders are frightened to fight multinational companies. All they can do is keep tipping their hat to the middle classes in these flag-waving dunderheads. Meanwhile, Tories who grew up in boarding school sell off the country and drive us delirious, telling communities that we just need to get overhangs they never had to experience. Give me that mic, boy, fuck your battle bars. I'll fit your ma's arse with handlebars. Throw a jam tart on the apple cart and pull the bint off a cattle farm, let a lid off a candle jar, parallel park a Mazda, smash her like an abandoned car and drop her off at a salad bar. Need to get my battery charged. It's only filled half a bar, like battles when I'm off the card. Remember me, the best Scottish MC of the 21st century. Offering my help and expertise to another fledgling scene beset by an emergency. Why think sick MCs feel a need to send for me? Competitors begging me for attention. No, I don't got a verse free, but I will spare you the pleasantries. Recycling MCs making enemies out of phrasal verbiage, hit them with a hefty fee for carelessly wasting my energy as the earth heats 10 degrees. No shit, I'm getting old quick. Rather be a has-been than a no-been. I'm about to go for it till the old git holding the door of the whip, so I got a show for it. Bruce Banner about to lost my shit, tear my coat off and throw a bespoke and fit. Cuts be full of all sorts. You be thinking they be some kind of warlords. Fucking shut it, boy Joyce. Cunts be rapping like somebody just booted them right in the hall maws, while I'm pumping all their maws round the back of a lodge hall. Jog on. Tripping out your trees while I be sharper than closet could chop logs, puffing Pall Malls till the nicotine stains ingrained in the contours. Watching horror porn on Concord, executive shit. Cuz never seen this coming, did they? Drop a mic, I thought I'd rip you. Don't call it a comeback, walk right up to the cunt in the club with the uncut fucked up moustache. You the best MC? Eat this dustpan, son, you couldn't run a bloodbath. See that building, climb right up that, then jump off. What's that, drugs in your bag? Ever seen me buzz gas for a skull fuck bucket hat, end strike a match with my skull cap? Rolling up to your bird's gaff like a hubcap, flying off an upturned bus in a truck crash. Nothing but a fucked up glance and a puff past glance that could cut glass. What's that, you bus raps? And your bird's twat is tighter than your purse straps. You couldn't burn fat, turn back, son, this is a short path, and I must add, if one hunchback at your back shoots one glance, the comeback's a first class dirt nap. I'm rubber stamped, you're just rubbered, man. I'm up your bird's gaff while you're at your mucker's flat doing 50 takes in a cupboard, man. You're still drunk, I'm recovered, man. Big tough guys out there with a long way to go till they understand what it means to be a fucking man. Grow up, you fucking bam. I seen more shit than most of these freaks. My house was hard as your whole fucking street. Son, I don't need drugs to be up for weeks. Give me a pen and a pad and a fucking beat and watch me put the whole fucking scene up for lease. Say hi to the fucking chief. Wee bit out of show shape, but it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. You know it's getting there, don't you? Rapper watching this. Right, last one. Me and my old man didn't always get along at home, so often I'd go and just kick a ball off a wall on my own. It was Pollux, so the threat of violence was constant for your morning stroll after school when you'd be walking home. It was comedy gold, but it took an awful toll. Hyper-vigilant, dropping at every knock at the door. Grew up running for dealers and ducking provolone. That's why I always feel like something wrong's when it's no. That's why I'm nervous, with a nervous disposition. That's why I find it hard to read and I struggle to listen. Try to manage society's expectations with an epigenetic imposition stressing my limbic system. Then you emerge in a world of middle class values with nothing but a bus pass and a little stash of Valiums. It's when you learn of a prevailing sensibility that's subtly condemning and judging everything that you say. And it isn't much better in your own scheme. I used to tune out in my class in a daydream, knowing I would have to fight when the bell went. I would try and plan ahead, thinking where and when. Every day was a school day. I quickly learned not to get the better of somebody that thinks they have less to lose than you do. I learned to play the odds, I learned to navigate, and when you strike, do it in full view of the gallery. Used to be into instruments and act, but the scheme put an end to that. In my scheme, there was no such thing as a family, man. You learned about love through the back of your father's hand and carried tools as a policy of endowment, and thought Scarface was a tale of male empowerment. Where you were taught that you're worthless in a lawless circus and don't grasp is what constitutes a moral compass. The old days aren't as good as you remember them. Try to recapture your youth staring at the pendulum. Doctor hands me the quetiapine and says you're mental, son, and pulls my cerebellum out my rectum with a speculum. He'd banging like a kettle drum. Rock the same clothes again even though I slept in them, feeling nostalgic about the life I led when I was young, blowing benefits from drugs, slagging cunts that went to work. Here they're building a tower, but no in Glasgow will come down as fast as it went up. Here's where you heard it first. Heads burst, MCs in my crosshairs. I watch them like computer software at a human jobs fair. Poets think they're dropping philosophy, looking smugger than a vegan busker covering a Morrissey song about people smuggling, snorting single origin coffee off a hipster menu and a women's refuge getting converted to a fringe venue. I don't know how I lasted this long. Feel like a book would feel if it was trapped in a song. Laptop with 40 tabs on, half of them I'm preaching to the bam pots, the other half is just eating violent porn. The righteousness exhausting me. I can only see other people's hypocrisy. There's no virtue in critiquing others constantly when privately I'm acting so dishonestly, consciously. What every saintly gesture hides a vain intention. Every layer of pretension, masking hate or resentment, try to reassemble myself in the dark when the instructions and understudy wanders the wings of his own production. Dramatic irony. Directing a cast of aspersions, treading the creaky boards of his narrow assertions with the absolute cheek to wonder why he isn't a happier person. That's a script with a character reference. Rest in peace, wee man. Cheers.